Good morning, everyone. Today I'm going to talk to you about the words credit, interest, borrow, and lend. And then I'm also going to talk to you a little bit about needs and wants. So, credit, I'm going to kind of use my own words and then I'll read it straight from the book. Credit is when you can pay for something with borrowed money. So, let's say you really, really want something or you really, really need something. That's where needs and wants comes in. You don't have the money, you can potentially borrow money and then pay for that item with the borrowed money. If you are paying for something, a good or a service, with borrowed money, that is called credit. So someone's giving you credit. Do you have to pay it back? Absolutely. And then there's also something we're going to discuss in this unit called interest. And if you borrow money, you usually have to pay it back with interest. So that's an additional amount of money. It's a fee that is associated with paying back borrowed money. Okay, so straight from the book, I'm going to read the definitions, talk about it a little bit more. Credit is paying for something with money that is borrowed and must be paid back. You always have to pay back your borrowed money, usually with interest. Interest is defined as, so it says in the book, interest is the money paid by the borrower. So in this case, if we're pretending like we are the ones borrowing money, then we are the borrower. So interest is the money paid by the borrower to the lender. A lender is someone who gives you the money to borrow for the use of the lender's money. Typically, it is used to reference like the bank being the lender and you being the borrower. So if you have something that you, like I said, really, really need or really, really want, but you do not have the money saved up in your bank account or saved up in cash somewhere in your house, you would have to borrow money. If you borrow money and spend it on something that you really need or really want, you are using credit to pay for the item. If you do not pay back the money that you borrowed within a certain amount of time, usually it's at the end of the month, you get a statement in the mail. If you don't pay back the money by the end of the month, then you have to pay back that amount of money plus interest. And interest is usually calculated as a percentage of however much you borrowed. So the more you borrow, the more interest you owe because it's a percentage of that amount of money. So if you only borrow $1, you might owe 10 cents in interest. So that would be $1.10 that you owe back to the lender. So the dollar that you originally borrowed plus the 10 cents in interest means that you now owe the lender $1.10. So if you only borrowed $1, now you owe $1.10 back. So it's actually costs more money to borrow money rather than saving it up. Okay? I'm going to talk about the words borrow and lend in a minute. I'm also going to talk about needs and wants, but I'll do that in a separate video because now I hear my kids crying. Go to the second video for the second part.